One of my proudest moments as an educator was having the opportunity back in December to watch a former student of mine graduate from the University of North Texas with his degree in guitar performance. Now, Anthony was a sophomore when I first came to Eastside, and he really had little direction and very few positive role models in his life. So to see him cross the stage was to see his life hit a virtual reset button. And now he's living out in Southern California. He's teaching music to kids in Compton, USA, of all places, using the same methods that he learned from his days back at Eastside Memorial High School. So I couldn't be more proud of him if I tried. Students like Anthony are who fuel what we do as teachers, and we all hope to have that one student who can pay it forward and share that gift of music with others. Every single day at Eastside Memorial is a challenge. Now, some days are harder than others, and some days are the greatest joys of my life, honestly, but many of my students come here with little to no musical training, financial help, or even emotional guidance, and somehow I've got to provide them in 4 years an experience they're never going to forget. And I've got to show them how to be good people, and I've got to show them the value of hard work. Mainly, I've got to be the best for them if I'm going to expect the best from them. So I approach each day with positivity, energy, enthusiasm. I thank my students every single day just for being there, and I end every rehearsal by telling them all how much that I love each and every one of them. Words that unfortunately, they're just not heard frequently enough by my students outside of my classroom. One of the coolest things we've got going on in the music department at EMHS really happened by accident. When I first came here in 2008, we wanted to create a jazz band to counterbalance the marching band and the wind ensemble experiences, but we didn't really have the instrumentation for a big band. So what I did have, however, was a budding guitarist, a kid who liked to tinker around on the drums a little bit, and I taught another guy how to play the bass. And a couple weeks later, I stumbled across a singer and a really talented pianist, and I recruited them to join this newly formed blues band we created. We learn music by utilizing guitar and bass tablature, and we listen to a lot. It really helps the kids get comfortable with improvisational skills using modern music that kids are excited to play. I get to expose them to artists like Eric Clapton or the Foo Fighters or even the Commodores, and then I get to enjoy sitting back and watching them make music on their own, and it's truly amazing to witness. My kids they're learning between 25 and 30 songs by various artists in several styles throughout the year, and they can take those same skills way beyond high school and actually make a career out of it. I'm always striving to find ways to use music as a method to build better people. Now, it's a proven fact that kids who participate in music classes outperform their counterparts. They have higher test scores, grade point averages, and attendance rates, but it goes way beyond that. I get to use my classes to mold students into amazingly effective and affective adults. I'm a surrogate parent for my kids, and I have to show them the world around them because many of them have never even been beyond the confines of their neighborhood, much less out of the city, state, or even the country. I'm always trying to model what I want my kids to be. If I expect them to let their hair down and be silly, then why shouldn't I? If I want to create a certain sound, then why just talk about it when I can show them and experience it with them? We've got one shot at living this life, so I want to live every second and make it count. I push my students to strive for their best, not just good enough. My students know that anything less than an 80% is considered a failing grade in my eyes. I expect them to be leaders and to volunteer, and they should be the model of what a good student should look like on our campus. I encourage them to be proactive and to communicate effectively, and I demonstrate what it means to be caring by not allowing them to slip up in the slightest bit, even when others don't put any pressure on them to be their best. No pressure, no diamonds.